What does this mean for the linebacker room going forward?
Uh-oh.
Does this stop us from making another move? Because we're still missing that element. I'm not against this move at all. I'm for it.
You speaking my language, Deke.
I think it's a fine move.
Deke,
have a
you're
guy to
speaking my
compete with
language,
Mark
Deke.
Robinson.
Talk to me,
have the
Deke.
Spillane replacement.
Talk to me,
where if you need a guy in a pinch, he can maybe be out there and be your LB too. But he's probably most likely going to be, depending on what Mark Robinson does, he's going to be like your LB3, LB4.
Yeah.
Right? Which is fine. With the linebacker room as is, I think that's a good addition. Yeah. But we're still missing a little bit of an athletic element here.
Mm-hmm. Nah, you are absolutely
Unless we're
right,
just
man.
banking on Keanu Neal. That could be the case too.
Put it like this. I think it goes one or two ways. We do have the Keanu Neal element, and I think that is very legitimate. That's the we going to go package approach when we talk about division of labor, right? Keanu Neal is very different than Cole Holcomb and Landon Roberts. We know what their skill sets are. But the flip side is the offense going to know what their skill sets are if we take that approach. We can, and we can still be fine doing that. We just got to be a little bit more cautious in certain areas. I still feel like, though, we still holding out and waiting on something. But we talked about some of those players, too, that we spoke on. Some of those different veterans, Quan Alexander and stuff like that, where they don't have to necessarily feel like they're in a rush to sign somewhere if they don't like the numbers that are being offered. And we talked about Quan on his visit here, and we're like, you're not coming on a visit without getting some type of offer. Now, you might not like the number, and that's typically when dudes leave, and now it's the waiting game. We saw that, even with Bud. But I still feel like we got something that we're trying to fish in here, man. But it's just one of those things right now, man. Unless we're going to bump the number up, which we're not trying to do right now, for those veteran players like that are a little bit more proven, what's the incentive for them to come out right now? They don't have to just sign right now. In fact, they might say, man, let me wait 2 weeks of training camp. I don't want to go into training camp anyways, but an injury happens. Now that number that you offered me in the spring that was probably 3, well, now I might get 5 out you because now you need me. Now the supply and demand element of it, and that's some of the games that some of these veterans
that's
do
not
play.
Just the Steelers.
No, that's league wide. Yeah, that's
league
league wide. That's definitely not just Pittsburgh, but that's a part of the game, you know. So for guys like the free agent guys we're speaking on specifically, that's their angle.